United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes, Mr. Solomon.
1 second. Okay, so I'm trying something different. We're going to do stuff over the computer, and I had to keep some kind of picture up. So it's really only there because of that. So let me get out of this. Okay. Let's start. The first thing, we're talking about it at every single meeting, and that's the windows. Anybody who's been watching, coming to meetings, etc., we have done an extensive report on the windows, how many people already have them, and it has definitely been determined it is cheaper for you to buy your own impact windows if you want them than it is for the association to do a special assessment. So there are a couple of owners that are going to try to put together a list and get a bulk price for doing windows through Monterey Glass. That was the best price that we received. You can contact the office and we can let you know. And I think the big units are running around $6,600. If we did a special assessment, it'd be about $8,200. So definitely, if you want windows, it's better to do them on your own. Monterey will not be replacing windows. At the board meeting or workshop meeting last week, a couple of things came up. We will be having all the tile in the outside bathrooms cleaned this Wednesday, the 20th. So bathrooms will be out of commission for a while. Once they are cleaned, we will seal them. We'll seal the tile. We will be putting signs up on the gates to the pools saying that the pool gates must be closed at all times. Locked at all times. We do have a committee, I believe, that's looking into possibly getting key pads for the locks. It will not prevent the gates from being propped open, but it would be a generic code that everybody would have. So I think most of the time the gates are propped open because you forget your key. So if it's the same code for everybody, you just push in your code and you can go in, the gate's open. We've had on channel 63 and on the door, we're going to be closing the office for a while at about 3 o'clock from now on. We have been inundated with applications. Grace got 4 purchase applications alone on Thursday. They're extremely time consuming. She's got to work on them because every single one of them is not done right. And we wind up sending it back to them. You forgot the contract. You forgot your 10% down. You didn't fill this out. Oh, you have a pet? Well, fill out all this. Very time consuming. I will be available, so if you have an emergency or you still need to see me, I will still be open, but the main office will be closed. So just try to keep it in mind if you need something, parking permit or things like that, we'll be closing at 3 o'clock. In conjunction with that, anyone who may not know, about a year ago, we started charging $250 for estoppels. An estoppel is what we need to fill out when you're getting a mortgage or when you're closing. That shows how much the maintenance is there any lien on your property, etc. It used to be only $25, and we found out that we were allowed to charge up to $250, so that's what we charge. Something else the state is now allowing, we can charge for filling out a questionnaire. Normally these are for loans. I filled out a 12-page questionnaire the other day for FHA. So that is $150. So anybody who's selling, if you're people buying, complain about it, too bad. We can't do the capital contribution, but we're at least making $400 on all these applications. Don't forget, golf course will be closed next week. We got a ton. Yes, if a deal fell through, this is also something we're doing. I just heard Bertie say something. If we don't have we get a request for an estoppel immediately. No application, no contract, no nothing. We are charging them the $250 first because we have gotten burned, where we do an estoppel and then it falls through and Monterey loses their money. So we charge them for the estoppel up front. Remember, golf course is closed next week, the entire week. It'll be closed from Monday till Monday. This is for aerification. I've had numerous people come up, oh, why'd you close it then? This is not being done in-house. We are at the mercy of contractors. This is when the contractor is able to come and do our aerification. This is where they slice up all the greens and the fairways and all that, and we scoop up all the dirt and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be next week. Let's see if we can find something. So we have 2 new forms that we're going to be coming up with. One of them, which we're going to try to give out today. Yes, sir. Everybody okay with that? That's good? Okay. I like it a little darker up here anyway. Okay, so this is one of the forms that we have today that's available that we are going to be giving out. It's a new Monterey emergency information form. We realized a couple of weeks ago we needed to get in contact with somebody, and their emergency information was so old, it was hard for us to find the person we needed to find to let them know that something was wrong with their loved one. So we are going to be giving out, I think Peg has these. We made about 70 copies. Anytime, if you didn't get one now, we'll probably also email it out to everyone. And last case scenario, we'll probably mail it with the chip shots. Okay? Fill it out. This is for your protection. The next one is, we discussed this at the workshop meeting. I took it upon myself to start doing this. It was an idea from another owner to have a complaint form for any kind of violation or infraction or something like that. We haven't decided what the title is going to be, the violation, infraction, incident, etc. Name of the person that you think committed a violation, the building, the unit, the date, the time, the description, and then, unfortunately, you do have to put down your name. You can't just anonymously complain that you saw somebody, because if it comes down to that it ever went as far as going to mediation with the state, this person is able to confront their accuser. We do not give your name out, okay? When we write a letter, I don't say, Tom Calisi complained about this person. I knew you got big shoulders, that's why I'm using you. You can take that. I think it's a great idea. So you'll still have your work orders. We'll eventually change the work order. I think the work order says work orders or infraction. We'll take the infraction part out. Again, nobody sees this unless it goes all the way to the point that we get into the state with mediation. So this is like, okay, you see somebody walking a dog and they don't pick up. Okay? If you know who it is, you put that. If not, at least give us a description. The only way we have any way to enforce our rules is by getting a file against whatever the infraction happens to be. So, okay, what's next? I know none of you watch 63, other than Tom, again. He likes the music. You guys would be surprised how many phone calls we get. Grace, when's the garbage pickup? Grace, when's recycling? It's all on 63, okay? It takes up a lot of our time just answering the questions of anything that is actually on 63. I know Chris and Peg have really tried to cut it down as much as they possibly can, so it's not the same old thing over and over and over. And I know the YouTube, if you want to go right into the YouTube, it has just the most pertinent things from 63. It won't have the redundant things like yoga is every Monday. It won't be on there. Art is every Tuesday. I know I got the days wrong. I know. Okay, YouTube doesn't have that. It has the most pertinent stuff. So please check Channel 63. If you haven't gotten your email to us, please get us your email. Saves a lot of time. We're able to send you those forms that I just showed you. You can print them out. You can even scan them, send them back to us. Give us your email. If you haven't been getting the Call 'em All, that's a system where we call everybody's phone number that we have to let you know when there's an emergency or the water's going to be shut off. If you haven't been getting them, that means we don't have your phone number. Or perhaps the one in the directory is wrong, or you changed it, or you're using your cell phone. If you haven't been getting that, contact the office and give us your updated phone number. We have had a lot of people coming in to just do a pop-in meeting with our new bookkeeper. And it's getting a little bit out of hand. What I'm going to ask is if you can just please, Diane works normally Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just call beforehand, call on Monday. Hey, can I set up an appointment with Diane? We're also going to have her email available, so you can email her that you need to meet with her, or perhaps it's a question she can answer via the telephone or email. Diane's looking at me because she had no idea I was going to do this. So hopefully she'll still be here tomorrow. A lot of people getting ready to leave for season. Make sure you check that checkout list. Shut your water. I don't even know everything that's on it. There's about 10 different things. Hopefully everybody has somebody that watches their unit for them. Biggest thing is shutting that water off. I would also suggest don't leave any kind of food in your refrigerator or freezer. If we have a power failure and everything defrosts and then it refreezes, how are you going to know that? Until you start cooking that steak and you're like, not feeling too good. And I've had that happen with the hurricanes, where people have been like, oh no, our stuff is all frozen. I said, yeah, but we didn't have electricity for 2 weeks. It may be frozen now, but it wasn't for those 2 weeks. The new garbage boxes, a lot of compliments. However, people think they can just dump anything in them now. Pizza boxes, glass bottles, cans, golf clubs, blankets, lampshades, radios. We still need you to put it in bags. Just because the boxes can hold a lot more stuff, the guys still have to pick all that stuff up, okay? Please put it in bags. And it should still, how did you used to put it in the garbage cans? How did you used to put the AC filter in the garbage can? Did you put it in a bag first? Or you put it besides the can? Okay, I can see certain things like that. It's soft. It's not going to take a thing. An AC filter would probably be okay to not be in a bag. Plus, it's probably a hassle to get it in there. But try to get as much stuff as you can in bags, please, please. Tile. Don't throw tile away at all. Tie them. Tie the bags. And remember, no Publix bags. Okay, and just because I say Publix, that means Winn-Dixie, Aldi's. Well, Aldi doesn't give you bags. They're cheap. Walmart, it's not just Publix bags. Please don't use them. Yes, they are easier to pick up, but they're still a hassle. Yes. That filter will fold up and go in a bag. Pat. Okay, so now you know. Too loud? Oh, microphones. Yeah, Vic. When people, Again, you need to use a mic only because they can't hear you on YouTube. That's why I'm even using a mic.
Put your hand up so I know you want to talk.
Okay, being that we're on that, Millie Chambers is resigning as the building rep coordinator. A wonderful job. How about a round of applause? And our next victim is Pat Friedman. Is Pat here? I'll say something that rhymes with ucker. Something that rhymes with ucker, but it starts with an S. Crazy lady. You're taking that over. No, thank you very much. Without the volunteers that do this, guess what? Bye-bye. It's all gone. There's no more building reps. There's no more of these meetings. Without you guys doing this work, it doesn't get done. So thank you to Millie. Thank you for Pat for taking over. Being trained. Looking for help.
I'm going to be partnering with Sue Andrews.
Sue Andrews.
So where is she? Yeah, so yes, that's the reason why I said yes.
Okay. Next. So, not only are you not supposed to eat at the pool, oh, you're not. The bin that's going to be removed where the dumbbells are is not the garbage can for donuts. I know it was nobody in this room, but somebody did that. I mean, now you know what we deal with on a daily basis. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so I've been talking about the damage that's being caused from water intrusion. Water intrusion. You know how we had the inspection done for the 5 buildings, and we've been talking about how water's getting in and causing damage. Last year we had a big problem at building 2. This is building 4, and we found it because the patio ceiling in the B unit was falling down. So when we opened up the ceiling, there's a 2x4. If everybody can see that? Okay. Let me see. This is a little bit harder to see, but if you look up there, that's rust. All of these floors, there is corrugated metal. They poured the cement on the corrugated metal. That's water intrusion. That's causing rust and all that corrugated metal. You can see all this wood is damaged. This is nothing that's going to make the building fall down, folks. This is still not structural to the point where your patio is going to fall down. However, I wanted to try to show you guys that we're not making this up. This is stuff that definitely has to be addressed. I've got a few more. Oop. So here's actually what their ceiling looked like downstairs. Okay? And this particular unit above has tile, not even carpet. Remember, we made everybody take their carpet up. There's still probably about 6 units that have to be pulled. This is from tile. This is another thing that the structural engineer actually put in his report, that people's tile upstairs may have to be removed. The grout is porous. You get a layer of water in between the tile and the thin set, or the tile and the cement. I hate being the bearer of this kind of news. Trying to find one more really good one that you can see. This is that same one, but I think you can see it a little bit better. the amount of rust that's there. And this isn't even one of the buildings that was inspected by the structural engineer. This is just one that we found from an owner complaining. So please, any kind of puddling on your patio, when it rains, if you see there's water that's puddling on your patio, let us know, because that's causing damage. Along with that, we discussed it at the workshop meeting. We will be doing some of the things in-house that the structural engineer came up with. The two things we're going to be able to do is, unfortunately, all your holes where your cane bolts go to hold your doors open on the second floor, they're all getting filled in. We're looking for another alternative. It most likely is going to be going back to the old hook style. That's what it used to be. It's literally a long hook that hangs off of your door jamb, a little eye bolt in the door. However, all those things are custom made, and they will be to the distance the door is now legally allowed to be open, which is only 12 inches. Okay? So you will no longer be able to have your door wide open. It's going to be that much. Have to do it. There's no two ways about it. The other thing we're going to do in-house is we're going to fill in all the areas where the rails go into the catwalks. That's another thing we can do in-house. Once that's all done, we will probably be having the engineer come in and hiring a company to do the rest of the work that they had found that is out of the scope of what we can do in-house. So, there's my doom and gloom for the day. Now we can go to questions if you'd like. Vic, would you walk around, please?
Just a point of information. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, so forget that part. But if anybody has food in their freezer, the best thing to do is you take a cup of water, you put a coin on top, and when you come back, you can see if that coin is dropped to the bottom, you know that the power went off.
That's correct.
Okay? Thank you.
Eighth grade science class. Thank you, but you're 100% correct, Bob. That's a great way to do it. Anyone else? Any kind of questions whatsoever? He's coming to you.
I'd just like to say something on the golf course. I would like to thank Sid for his fantastic work. I've heard nothing but compliments when I was a starter, and he seems like he lives here. He's here every day working. I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, Tom. I agree. I don't know if he's up there getting his shot or not. He's in line. Did you hear that, Sid? They actually been complimenting you. They don't know you well. Sid and I went to different high schools together. I'm actually training him to take my place.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your
Hang on.
spiel on the, isn't it awful? Now I lost my train of thought
See?
after all that. Yeah, about the doors. I was upstairs helping Mary, and I just came down and I heard the
Okay,
answer.
so the
Can you repeat it?
upstairs doors, we will be filling in all the holes. Okay, the upstairs doors, we have to fill in all the holes where the cane bolts go in.
Okay, and downstairs?
Downstairs doesn't have to. Downstairs is just a sidewalk. It's not structural. It has nothing to do with causing any of that damage that I showed. So the downstairs for right now, you're okay.
Would we be able to purchase, I remember you talking a while ago about some kind of locking mechanism that our door can go all the way back?
No, we can't make, we tried doing that with a specialty hinge, and none of the hinges that they make will fit our doors to make them be able to go all the way back against the wall. We tried it, didn't work.
Okay, thank you.
He's coming behind you.
This is a frivolous comment, but our sailfish fountain out there has one white eye and one black eye, and that has bothered me. We've got one blind eye and one black eye. Can it have two black eyes?
The sailfish has one white eye and one black eye. And been bugging her since she got back. It's like, oh. Actually, that's the eye that I hooked it in when I caught it, and then they had it mounted.
No.
I will ask the gentleman who painted it to see if he can put a little black in there. Boy, if
Thank you.
every time you drop it, just bugs you. Can you actually see how do you see the back eye? What are you gonna go behind it? I'll ask Mr. Eaglesham if he can maybe do something with that. A little cross-eyed. Yes, Miss Marilyn.
Hi, I paid to have my door put in when I moved in here, but it doesn't fit and there's a space in between.
I say that again? It's on.
Hello?
Yeah, go
Oh.
ahead.
Anyway, I paid to get a new door when I moved in, but it doesn't fit. There's space in between the door and you can see the air.
Okay.
So-
We can make out a work order for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Next. Pat.
Is Comcast working on the Wi-Fi in here?
Has Comcast been working on the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I have an iRobot that's been working fantastic. It's a floor cleaner. All of a sudden, it isn't recognizing my Wi-Fi. Now, I've had Comcast reset it, and I've redone everything on my phone, and it still isn't working. When I called this morning, the message said they're working on it here in our neighborhood.
I have no idea. We have no message from it, and our Wi-Fi here is working fine. We have seen where the clubhouse will be fine, but that building right there is knocked out. So maybe they are working on it. Also, when did it start? Because we did have a couple of power failures.
Yes.
It's been a while. Okay. So perhaps they are working on it. They did not let us know. That's good old Comcast.
Actually, we did have a power surge yesterday.
Yes. Yeah.
So
It
that
did.
might
It
have
happened
done-
before that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Might have done it again, is what I'm saying. She might have-
Go on. Oh, you're done. Anyone else on anything?
Just to let everyone know that on Memorial Day, there will be a service, as we usually have. It will not be at the flagpole. It will be over in Monterey Park. The veterans will be putting that on. And immediately following that, we will have a Memorial Day picnic here.
Everybody hear that? Okay, so there's going to be a Memorial Day service at the new Veterans Park on Memorial Day, obviously. And after that will be a veterans picnic. And it is how much per person?
We haven't decided. I don't
Haven't
know yet.
decided yet.
It'll all be on 63. The
Everything
ticket
will be
sales-
on 63, but since nobody watches it, there'll be nobody there.
I'll go door to door. We'll get people. The other thing is the list for Summer Bocce is downstairs. Please sign up. It starts June 6th. We have some people already signed up, and we're looking forward to having some fun. The last day to sign up is May 30th, so please go down and sign up for Summer Bocce.
Everybody hear that? Summer Bocce, starting June 6th. Last day of sign up is May 30th. Cool. Anything else about any topic? Okay. Anybody who didn't get their shots, get in line behind me. And that's it. Thank you.